guys, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video today. Today we're going to be talking about my top 5 concealed carry bags and why they are up there. There are some reasons that people want to carry it and some reasons people don't. There's a major controversy on why you should carry off body or why you shouldn't. Let's just say that everybody's situation isn't the same and doesn't apply to everybody. Last year I was going through some medical stuff, or this past year I was going through some medical stuff, and some of the months I was unable to carry a firearm on my waistline at all. So it got really hard and it came down to the decision of carry it with me and have it even though it's not on my waistline, or don't have it at all. So let's go ahead and dive into the top 5 that I like to use and what I use them for. Some of these bags have really nice benefits and some of them are simply just to hold a gun in. So let's go ahead and start off. We're going to start off with number 5. Number 5 is going to be the Vertx Go Pack. So let's talk about this. You are going to see a lot of Vertx bags on this list. If you guys, I'm not sponsored by Vertx. All these bags were purchased by myself or family members as gifts from me. There's no codes for this video, sorry, but the bags do the job. There's one non-Vertx bag on here. I've tried a ton of other brands and just like made it real difficult. The Vertx bags and the Victos bag that's on here are made for carrying a gun, so it's a lot easier when you have something that's designed to carry something other than just like your typical JanSport, throw it in there. So back to the Go Pack. The Go Pack is a bag that I use for gym carry. All right. So if you go to the gym, because a lot of people in this community do, and a lot of people don't, it's really difficult to do some of the exercise with a firearm on your waistband, right? You're squatting with a gun, you're doing deadlifts with a gun, you're doing pull-ups with a gun. There's just certain exercises that you really don't want to have a firearm in your waistband. But, you know, if you look at the surroundings and the situational awareness, the gym is one of the worst places to be as far as like an area where people are, you know, complacent or not paying attention. Everybody has their earphones on. There's not a lot of protection going in. You might have a door, but besides that, it is an area where a lot of stuff can happen, a lot of bad stuff. So you want to have something on you. So the Vertx Go Pack looks like a gym bag. It looks like one of the old school drawstring bags. It's actually the same type of bag with a couple of different compartments. They also changed the straps instead of the drawstring because the drawstrings used to get annoying. They made nice flat straps that are really aesthetically pleasing and they're really comfortable to carry. This bag has a nice little hidden pocket. So when you open it up, there's the main compartment, which is massive. And then I believe Vertx even sells a nice little panel that you can put in there to give the bag some structure. Because if you remember the old school drawstring bags, they didn't have much structure at all. So you can pop that in there. I have it in mind. It does give a little bit of a boxy look to it, which is nice. But the bag in front, excuse me, the pocket in front allows for you to put a gun in. And due to the color, I chose a black bag. There's no printout, right? So when you put it in there, you can't tell that there's a gun there because the material is so good at concealing the image, it doesn't look like there's a gun there. So I love that bag for that. There's only one con, and this is why it brings it to my number 5. There's no real quick deployment options from there. Now again, caveat, when it's time to pull a gun out of a bag, it's not going to be nearly as quick as pulling it off your waistline. That's inherited, right? That's like an inherent thing that you understand when you're carrying off body. But with the Go Pack, you really just have it in there and it's something for you to get to the bag, pull in and pull out. You can't take it off your back and deploy it like you would some of these other bags. So that's the only con I have to it. But for a $64 bag that I can take to the gym with me and it can conceal my firearm, it's not making loud noises when I drop it. It doesn't look like a bag or I'm carrying a gun in a bag. It does a really good job at what it does. It's really, really small. I use it when I travel too, when I'm going to go to different countries, different places to see people. I'll fold it up real nice. It gets real small and throw it in one of my larger bags, and it's super easy for that. So I love that bag for a gym bag. Moving on to number 4. Number 4 is going to be the Vertx Ready Pack. Again, this is another large bag. There are 2 really, really small bags that fill a really like daily roll, and then the other 3 fill different rolls. The Ready Pack was a gift for me. I was using it as a diaper bag. I am a father, and every now and again, I didn't want to have a weapon on my waistline. This year, primarily, again, going through some of the issues I had, leaving with my wife and my kid, I didn't want to carry 2 diaper bags because that does raise a red flag to some people. Carrying one bag, calling it a diaper bag, and then the Vertx bag doesn't appear to be a carry conceal bag. It is this really nice blue and orange. It looks like a regular backpack. Your average civilian people who are not in this community, because this community knows what these bags look like and they're very aware of it. But if you're not in this community, you would have no idea that there's a firearm in that bag. It's very spacious. It has their pull tab. Deploying it out of this bag, this is one of the harder bags to deploy it out of due to the fact that it is a 2-strap system. So when you're deploying it, it is a little difficult, something that I would suggest you practice, but it's not the hardest thing in the world and you actually can do it. It's feasible. It's not like with the Go Pack where you honestly can't do it. It's just not structured enough for you to go ahead and deploy a gun out of there. I like all the compartments on there. And then the other con, but not really a con because you're getting a lot, the price. It's coming in at $205. To some people, that's like, that's an expensive bag. I've had it now for 2 years, going on 3 with no problem. I can always house a bunch of stuff in there: diapers, extra clothes, extra wipes, extra underwear, water, snacks, you name it. It's a really good bag that I utilize as a diaper bag. I do know some people that use that bag as like a go-to-work bag, and that's an also option, or a really good option. But that brings us to our number 3. The number 3 bag is going to be the Vertex Transit Sling. I've had this bag for a while now, and this bag is a really good office type of bag. It's a sling, right? So if you ride a motorcycle, stuff like that, this is where like I would place that in there. I use mine to go to work because there's a nice little handle on the side where you can put your laptop, your iPad, all that stuff in there. And some people's jobs, the uniform or what they're wearing, they don't want to conceal a gun in, right? Because it may bring attention to it. They may be in areas where, you know, having a gun is not feasible for them to have on them due to the fact that they may print extra bad, or the clothes they're wearing just can't, it's hard to conceal a gun, right? And talking to some of the ladies, I know it's difficult to find really good options out there, or whatever. The bag is really nice. Some people just don't want to carry a gun on them, believe it or not. Some people would rather carry it in a bag. The Transit Sling is amazing for that because you can bring it into work and nobody's going to question it because it looks like a computer bag. Deploying a pistol out of here is actually really easy. Again, when you have that single strap system, it's real easy to utilize the Vertex pull tab and kind of use the momentum to pull around and get the gun out. I actually didn't have any issues drawing it out of that one. This is a really good bag, coming in at the price of $226. It is a little expensive, and I think this is for the commuter bag. I have not seen the transit bag on there, the Transit Sling. I think they've moved over to the commuter sling. So if you guys can find a Transit Sling for cheaper, jump at it. If not, the commuter sling looks like it's more than enough to do what you need to do as well. So that is my number 3. Going on to my number 2. Now, these top 2 options are ones that I use practically weekly or seasonally. So my number 2 is going to be the Vertex Sock P Fanny Pack. If you guys remember when the original Sock P Fanny Pack came out, it was too small to hold a gun. I know people that were like trying to get the smallest guns in there, and you were able to get like maybe 5 or 10 different small guns in there. I'm talking like 380s and below, but nothing modern that you would be able to use, right? Your Glock 43 wouldn't fit in there. I think if you use the original 365, you can get it in there. Maybe a Glock 26. Again, they're really tiny guns you could possibly get in there, but a lot of us don't carry that. A lot of us are carrying larger guns that we need a little bit more space. The Vertex Sock P Fanny Pack can carry a lot of different guns. I've seen people put full-size guns in there like Staccato Ps and larger. I've been able to put my Walther PDP in there, my Echelon. It has a lot more range as far as the guns you can carry. It's also a very nice size, and it fits a couple of different roles. I know QVO Tactical, I did a video on it, and he said that you can use it in like a investigative law enforcement position if you're doing surveillance, because you can put your phone on there and stuff. So a lot of people wear it crossbody. Very nice. Here's the issue with wearing a crossbody. The one I have, again, these don't scream gun bags, but it's not the norm. When you're wearing some of these bags, a lot of people may look at you and be like, that's a little weird. But I mean, it's not going to raise too many red flags. It just may be like, that's other than the ordinary. Another thing you can use this for is going to the beach and wearing it as a regular fanny pack. Shout out to my guy Avery, Texas Totem. He wears his as a regular fanny pack. That brings those red flags down a lot, because a lot of people are actually wearing fanny packs nowadays. And the amount of room and storage in this fanny pack is amazing. Not just the gun pouch, right? Aside of the actual pouch to store your firearm, you can get keys in there, you can get your phone in there, you can get your wallet in there, you can get medical supplies in there. It is a very large bag for something that is actually small, right? And I love that bag. That bag comes in on Amazon at a good $85. Now, this is the price point where people actually want to spend money at. $85, you get a phenomenal off-body carry bag that you can put in multiple situations. You can wear it going to the beach. You can wear it at the mall. You can wear it practically anywhere where you don't want to carry it on you, and it's not going to raise too many red flags, like maybe the Go Pack or the Transit Sling or the Ready Pack. Those may raise larger flags than a small fanny pack. And I've worn mine out tons of times and never had anybody look at me weird, though I've worn it. I have gone out and seen other people wear it, and I've noticed it. Again, in this community, we see that stuff. But when I seen it, he was wearing a black bag with a black top. It doesn't draw too many red flags. It's just one of those like, you know, I know. All right, keep it between us. So I love the fanny pack from Vertex, and I think that it is a phenomenal option for you guys to use. And now we're going to my number 1. Now, I really would like the Vertex to be like 1 Alpha, because I don't think that it's too different from my number 1. I think it actually fills more roles than my number 1. My number 1 is the Victos Upscale Leather Sling Bag. All right. The reason it's my number one is because this really does not scream gun bag at all. It is a brown leather and a soft leather, and you wear it as a backpack sling. A lot of men recently have been wearing small backpack slings, and they go to like designer brands because they want to keep the threat or the idea that they're a threat low, which is great. I think this bag is phenomenal at doing the job it needs to carrying a gun. There are trade-offs though. So with the Vertex Sock P fanny pack, like I mentioned, you can carry practically any gun. In the Victos upscale leather bag, it is really small. Like really small. Obviously I'm rolling B-roll so you guys can see, but with it being really small, it's difficult to have the amount of guns you may want to store in there. So I carry my 365X Macro. That is my favorite carry gun of all time because it gives you full-size gun capability in a small package. But in the Victos bag, you can't put a lot of guns. So it's gonna have to stay in that 365, 48, 43, Hellcat Pro, the slimline pistol area, because anytime you go above that, I'm sure you can fit a Glock 19 in there, but you start losing some of the capability. So that's like one of my knocks on that bag, is it is really small. And then it has about 3 other pouches or pockets. The 3 other pockets really don't do much. The largest pocket on the front is nice for you to put like glasses, maybe a tourniquet, your keys, but not a lot of space at all, which is good and bad. All right, it's good because now you're keeping, again, the threat low. Somebody looks at you, there's like, oh, that's a small bag. Most people don't know the size of an average gun, so they're probably like, oh, he's like, it's not. They don't put 2 and 2 together thinking, oh, he can carry a gun in there, and that's a small bag. Most people look at it and they're like, it's just a small bag on his back. He probably has his keys in there and other BS like his wallet. But for people like us that like to carry some medical supplies, it is a little small. For me, it's not too small where I am not going to use it. For like the last 2 months, that has been one of my primary bags to go outside in, and I love it. It does a great job. And for the price of $125 for the upscale one, it's hard to beat. And they go as low as $95 if you find them on Amazon, because they make nylon bags as well. I think they're nylon to some material, but non-leather bags. So it's a really good option. It's my favorite option. It's something that I've been wearing and suggesting to people. And again, if you don't like that one, you can go with the Sock P. Those are my top 2. I'm not gonna say, yo, you get either of those, you're gonna be straight. You're gonna be super solid. The other 3, again, they fill different roles, so keep that in mind. But they are by far my top 5 favorites. Again, like I mentioned, you could grab a JanSport or a regular bag and do what you want to figure it out, but at the same time, I'd rather have a bag that has more of a capability, or it's catered towards carrying a firearm. So those are my top 5. If you guys have any like comments that you don't like, or you think I should check out other bags, let me know below. And again, if you guys have made it this far, do me a favor, share the video, subscribe, double check, make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and comment. It helps my channel out tremendously. It helps me to do more of these reviews for you guys, and it gives me more ideas on what you guys want to see. So that's it for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stay on the lookout. There's a lot more videos coming here soon. I'm really excited to get into some more things. You guys have a great day and stay safe.